What is going on, everyone? Welcome to our NFL Divisional Round live stream where we're going to take a look at our Saturday games that we have on the slate this weekend. Two games, both of the bigger spreads of the weekend, where the first game we will get into is Saturday at 4:30, where we have the Houston Texans heading to Baltimore to take on the one-seeded Baltimore Ravens. Ravens coming to this game as a 9.5-point favorite, a minus 460 on the money line. Texans plus 360 in the over-under at 43.5. I like the Texans in this game. I said it on the podcast. Rest versus rust. I'm going to lean on the Texans to come out and get an early lead possible on these Ravens. I know I said the Ravens could start out 7-0. You could get the Texans plus the 15. I think the Texans could. There's a chance they start out quick in this game. And that's why I'm going to bet them at the plus 10 or tease them up before the game. I like the Texans. I think the weather isn't going to play too much into effect. I kind of lean on the over-under to go under. That would say that the weather comes into effect a little bit, but that's more. I just think this Ravens defense does enough to stop CJ Stroud, but I think CJ Stroud keeps this as a close game within 10 points. Could be crazy. I also said the Steelers were going to keep it within 10. They lost by like 14 or more. So it could be kind of another similar situation there. Mackie, which way are you going on this one? Texans at Ravens. Do you believe in the rest versus rust theory? Are the Ravens going to be ready for this game on Saturday?
Yeah, I think there's a good scenario where, or a pretty good situation where the Ravens come out slow with a rust because they haven't played their real team, that full team, since week 17 against the Dolphins. I know they went off that week, but I think we could see a slow start this week from Lamar Jackson and that offense. I think the Texans cover the 9 points. I really do. I know it's a public play. I know a lot of people are on it, but CJ
Public
Stroud,
plays are winning in the NFL this year. It's like
yeah, they are.
I honestly stopped looking at that a couple weeks ago. It
Yeah,
honestly
they
was
are.
just changing my opinion too much, and maybe that's why I started losing. But like, I don't know. It just, especially in these playoffs, I hate to like be like it's not going to matter in the playoffs because that's when it's exactly going to switch and Vegas is going to make a killing. But
Right.
even in Wild Card Weekend, I feel like most of the public plays were winning.
Right. Yeah, I definitely agree. But I think the Texans are just able to do enough. I think going into M&T, I know it's a lot different than being able to play at home in a dome where you're comfortable. You're going into a loud environment outside. It's probably going to be pretty cold in Baltimore, I'm assuming. So CJ Stroud's not going to. I don't think he's going to be as comfortable as he was last week. That being said, he just tore up a top 3 defense in the league in the Browns, made him look like they were not even a playoff team. That's their defense, probably the reason that they got to the playoffs in the first place, and he just kind of tore them up. I think CJ
Mm-hmm.
Stroud has another good game. I think he's playing with a lot of confidence right now. You're going into the 1 seed. He has really nothing to lose here. He's already made it further than the Texans ever thought
Playing
they
with
would make
house
it this year.
money and then
Playing
some.
with,
Yeah.
playing with more than house money at this point. But I think they keep it close, at least keep it respectable. I'm not going to say they're going to win the game. I don't really predict that they're going to win, but I do think that they keep it close and keep it within 9 points. And CJ Stroud just makes another statement game for his legacy rookie season.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. We have another 9.5-point spread in the night game where we will have the Green Bay Packers heading out to San Francisco to take on Brock Purdy and the 49ers, where the Niners are a 9.5-point favorite, like I said, minus 450 on the money line for this one and plus 350 on the money line for the Packers. Over under at 50.5 on this game. I said it Thursday. I'm sticking to it. I might even lock this in now with the chance it goes to the 51. I love the over 50.5 points. I loved it in Dallas, Green Bay. I'm going to ride it again this week. San Francisco will do their job. Green Bay, if they can do anything close to what they did in Dallas last weekend, there's obviously a chance they win the game if they do something similar. Pretty long shot on that one. I'm going to go with the over 50.5 in this one. Lean on the Packers with the 9 points. The later in the season you get, I see a big spread like that, and I'm like, I'll take my chances and just bet the Packers plus the 9 points. But I like the over 50.5. So on the Saturday games, I'm leaning with the Texans plus the 9.5 and the Packers 49ers over 50.5. Mackie, which way are you going? Saturday night football, same thing, rest versus rust. Packers a hot team. They had to win to get in. They had to win their wild card matchup in Dallas. We haven't seen this 49ers team since week 17. Are they going to be ready to play out there at home in Santa Clara?
Yeah, Packers have a lot of heat going into this game, and you're going over to San Francisco. It's not like you're going over to Baltimore like the Texans have to do. You're able to go over to San Francisco. It's nice weather over there.
Packers are getting out of the cold to come to this
Yeah,
game.
exactly. Packers, they're going to be in a more comfortable environment. Jordan Love's playing out of his mind. He's been playing out of his mind for the last 4 weeks of the season. Brought it into last week into Dallas. Tore up that defense. Going up against a lot different defense this week, though. You're going up against more sound defense. You're going up against ball hawk Fred Warner. Dallas doesn't have a Fred Warner on a team. played zone defense. Dan Quinn, terrible job, but Jordan Love was able to tear them apart. I think it's going to be a lot harder for him this week, but I still think he's able to put up the numbers. I like the over as well. I like the Packers plus 9.5. I think it's just too much for a team who hasn't like the Ravens. They haven't played their full roster in 3 weeks.
Exactly. If you haven't played in 2 weeks, you're going to give me a 10-point spread. I can guarantee the Texans or the Packers will cover. One of them will.
Yeah. You got to think both these teams who are just rolling right now are going to be able to cover a 9.5-point spread. This is the playoffs. All these teams, they come into play, especially these two rookies. Well, Jordan Love's not a rookie, but he's a first-year player. They want it. They want. First year starter. They want it. They want it bad, and I think they're going to be able to at least keep these games close and make it interesting. After a pretty weak wild card round, we only saw one game, 1 point or one possession game out of all of them. So hopefully we get a bit of a better divisional round this week.
Yeah, Packers on a 4-game heater coming into this game. Texans on a 3-game heater. Obviously, Ravens also haven't lost since 4 or 5 weeks ago. I'm trying to think when their last loss was, but obviously, like we said, that the rest versus rust debate. This is the time of year I love to bring that up. Not very often. Obviously, both 1 seeds. Usually, you get one of the 1 seeds that had to play their guys week 18 to lock up that 1 seed. Both 1 seeds haven't played their starters since week 17. I just think that theory comes into play more now this week than ever. And like I said, I think the Texans or the Packers, if not both, could cover this weekend.
Yeah, it should be a good Saturday of football. Looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah. All right, yeah. And like we said, stay tuned Sunday at 10 a.m. We're going to be going live to go over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Detroit Lions, and then the game of the week that everyone is going to be tuning in for, Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen, the Chiefs at the Bills. Mahomes' first road playoff game where the Bills are a 3-point favorite, Lions a 6.5-point favorite. Going to get all of our takes on those Sunday games. Sunday, 10 a.m. We'll see you guys then. Thanks for listening.